We are now going to see what yoga therapy is. Yoga therapy and yoga are little different. Yoga is for the general population or the general person or an ordinary person who does not have any medical illnesses. Yoga therapy is a type of a treatment which is given for chronic disorders like BP and other complications like renal disorders and etc. Now, if a person comes with some chronic disorder like depression, anxiety, and psychological disorders of that other sort, we have to treat that person or the patient for the chronic disorder and get them relieved of the trouble, and then we have to give the normal or general yoga classes. Now, in that case, yoga will be used for medical illnesses. I am not coming to say that yoga is a substitute for the medicines, but yoga will be an aid or one important tool to get rid of the diseases along with the medicines or whatever type of treatment a person takes. Now, we are just going to see some points in the medical for the medical illnesses with yoga. Now, yoga improves the posture of a person. Normally, a person slumps, or all of us, when we sit in a chair, we slump forward, and this causes a compression in the lung and the heart, which is in life, in the long term, is going to reduce the lifespan of the person, and it reduces the energy level or the pranic energy level for that person. So we feel tired, and it improves the lung function of the person. The slump pushes the rib, the slumping pushes the rib into the abdomen, and it restricts the oxygen. And this yoga asanas, it improves the vital capacity, breath holding time, and peak flow rate. It is a very useful tool for asthma. And yoga, it enhances slower and deeper breathing. Normally, what happens is our breathing is shallow, and because of that shallow breathing, we don't take the oxygen, required amount of oxygen, and because of that, again, there is a tiredness, general tiredness, and because of that, there is a lot of other respiratory disorders which a man suffers from. The short breathers, they take 20 breaths per minute. The shallow breathing person who does not do yoga or pranayama, they take 20 breaths, whereas a person who practices pranayama and yoga, they breathe only 6 times per minute. 6 times per minute. That means what? That means the breathing is not shallow, but it is full, it is complete. And it encourages mouth breathing, promotes nasal inhalation. That is, normally we have seen a lot of people, they breathe through their mouth and there is a reduction in the nasal inhalation. And it is one way of reducing the sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a condition where it affects the sleep of the person, and it is also one major cause for diseases. And it also reduces the nervous system, it calms down the nervous system. Oxygenation of tissues increases oxygen, it increases the oxygen and hemoglobin content, and it eliminates the metabolic waste in the system. Because of the oxygen, the metabolic waste are pushed, and there is the effective delivery of the nutrients from the oxygen to the blood. That is why yoga glows. That is what we call in yogic parlance, it is called as tejas. The face of the person who practices yoga is very clear. It improves joint health. It the synovial fluid, it lubricates the joint less tear. This aspect will be very useful for those persons who are suffering from osteoarthritis, arthritis and other things. Okay, and it nourishes the vertebral column. In the vertebral column, we have so many nerves, running like, millions of nerves running from the vertebral. All those nerves and the vertebral column has to be pumped with enriched blood that it functions at an optimal level. So this is brought forward by back bends and forward bends, and there is increase of circulation of lymph. There is something called as lymphatic vessels, which is very useful in combating the illnesses which arises out of infection. So this lymphatic glands and the lymphatic vessels get circulation because of performance of yoga. It strengthens the bones due to the reduction in the cortisol and postures. The calcium is retained, and it opens the cardiovascular muscle. In Surya Namaskara, there is something called a Surya Namaskara, which is an excellent antidote for the cardiovascular system, and it promotes the weight loss and it regulates the weight loss. It improves the brain function. There is a coordination, reaction, and concentration. That is why those persons who practice yoga, they often see that the memory is increased, that concentration is increased, and it lowers and the blood sugar levels. It improves the levels of cholesterol, HDL. So yoga is a very good workout for persons who are suffering from dyslipidemia, and it thins the blood. There is always a tendency for the blood to become thick because of various factors, and which increases the cardiovascular attack, and it increases the bowel function as well. It is a very good antidote for constipation, gastric problem, and IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. And it lowers persons who are practicing yoga, they don't have to take medicines on and off. The frequency of injection is reduced, and it improves psychological well-being of that person. It is very profound in those persons who are practicing yoga, and it leads to healthier habits. So I would request one and all to practice yoga and get all these benefits, and the summarized whatever benefits are summarized here is only maybe a tenth of what really happens. So I want you to practice yoga benefits more than what I have quoted. Thank you.